Math All-Stars, it's Dr. Conklin here to do a short lesson with you on literal equations. So literal equations is when we have variables and we're trying to solve for them. So today we're going to look at some real sort of geometry examples. If we're given, and we're on page 36, it starts with number 3 on the top. If we're given c equals 2 pi r, this is actually the formula for circumference of a circle. And you're definitely going to cover this next year in geometry. We're asked to start by solving for r. So let's write c equals 2 pi r. So this can be a little bit confusing. So let's start by circling r. That's what we want to get by itself. And then I'm going to divide this up so that we have sort of two sides, the c and the 2 pi r. In order to get r by itself, we need to get sort of rid of this 2 and this pi. How are these connected to r? Well, I see here we have a little times and a little times. I'm going to pick a different color if I draw them in. To get rid of 2 pi, I need to divide those. So because the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So I'm going to divide both sides, and I don't want to just get rid of the pi. Remember, pi is just a snazzy number. I'm going to actually divide by 2 pi and divide by 2 pi. So just focus on the right side of the equation. This is going to cancel, this is going to cancel. So r equals, again, here's my r. And then this is a weird answer, but what's on this side here? C over 2 pi. And that's actually our answer. And I think that's sometimes where students can get a little tripped up, is that our answer is just that, C over 2 pi. All right, let's try another one. We're going to sort of skip B for a minute. If we look at this formula, A equals 1/2 B times H. This is the formula for area of a triangle. Okay, so we're asked to solve for B. So let me start by A equals 1/2 BH. How are we going to get that by itself? We're looking to find the B. So I'm going to circle the B. So this is sort of a two-step problem. I have two things I need to move over, the 1/2 and the H. How do I cancel that 1/2? Well, there's a few ways to do it, but if I want to easily cancel it, I want to get rid of that 1/2 by multiplying by the reciprocal. So the reciprocal, or flipping 1/2, turns it into 2 over 1, or just 2. So I'm going to multiply this side by 2, multiply this side by 2. These are going to cancel. On the left side, I'm left with 2a equals bh. So far, so good? And then let me circle again. What am I going to try to solve for here? I want to get b by itself. So the operation connecting b and h is multiplication. The opposite of multiplying, we know, is dividing. So I'm going to divide both sides by h. So on the right side here, the h's are going to cancel. And I'm left with, again, it's sort of weird, 2a over h equals b. Okay? So let's see. Are there any other formula ones? Yeah. So I'm actually going to have a zip down. So we're going to skip 5. We're going to skip 6. And I want you to go to the homework page on page 37. So we're on page 37. And I want to look at example 2. This is actually the volume formula for it could be a couple different things, but volume for a cone would be one example, right? So if I have a cone, it sort of looks like this. Let's pretend I have some ice cream on the top. Yum, 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 yum. Not the best ice cream drawing, but you guys get it. Okay, so we're asked to solve for h. So let me just make this a little bigger. Here's our h. I want to get rid of everything except for the h on the right side. So first thing we already talked about in our last example is, how do I get rid of this 1/3? Well, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal on both sides. So the reciprocal of 1/3 is 3. So I'm going to multiply this side by 3 and this side by 3. So 3v equals, these cancel, LWH. Okay, now I have h still. How are h connected to L and W? Well, they're all connected by multiplication. So let's think to ourselves, what is the opposite of multiplying? The opposite of multiplying, we know, is dividing. So I want to divide both sides. And again, it looks a little weird, but what we're going to do is take and multiply both sides by, or divide both sides by LW. So these are going to cancel and these are going to cancel. So the only thing I'm left with now is H on this side, and again, it's weird, 3V all over LW. All right, so those are our practice problems for today. Keep up the great work, All-Stars, and we will talk soon.